Okay. Just went to the gym. I missed most of last week, I think, so I was trying to be more consistent this week, and so far so good. But I recently had an unexpected heart-to-heart with a family member of mine who I literally ran into him and his wife at a coffee house this past weekend. And she has a daughter who, the woman, female relative that I spoke to, she has a daughter that she mostly raised by herself. Sorry, I'm still a little out of breath. That she mostly raised by herself. And I took the opportunity, I guess, to kind of dump a lot on, just talk about all of this that I've been dealing with postpartum, how scared and sad I've been dealing with insomnia, postpartum depression, and all of that. And this woman and I are not that close, but I was kind of like out of desperation trying to connect because oddly, even though I live very close to my family now, I didn't for the past almost 2 decades, but I knew I wanted to have my daughter close to family. But ironically, or whatever, my family hasn't been that available or around, or sometimes they don't even seem very interested in her. So I was kind of talking about that and how, particularly in the first 3 months postpartum and that 4th trimester time when she was a newborn, how I wanted more than anything for someone, namely my mother, to reassure me that it was going to be okay, because it was so scary and difficult and it felt never ending. You know, it feels like if there's 24 hours in a regular day, when you have a newborn, it feels like there's 50 hours in one day. You know, a couple of days can feel like weeks when you're up for, you know, like 20 out of 24 hours. Yeah, it's really difficult. And I was surprised that this woman that I was speaking to really got it. And I guess I was surprised that she got it because her child is like a fully grown adult. And I think a lot of people kind of forget about the newborn stage. And I've even heard that there's like a biological reason for this, that we forget how difficult it is, so we can, like, you know, be more inclined to jump into the deep end and do it all over again and again and again. And she said, like, yeah, you want nothing more than to be mothered during that time. And that's exactly it. And yeah, and I started crying then because she really hit the nail on the head. And I think that's why when I tried to connect with my mom and I didn't get that back, that understanding or reassurance or, you know, warmth and nurturing, like, I felt almost completely broken by it. So if there's anyone out there that you're in the trenches and you're feeling this, my heart really goes out to you. And it feels never ending. It feels like it's never going to stop. They're never going to sleep. They're never going to stop crying, but they do. And typically they do around, everyone says, like, around 12 weeks. Ours got increasingly better, but definitely by 12 weeks, it was a big turning point. And then, you know, 4 or 5 months was like another big turning point. And for all those mothers out there that are mothering with this wound, this mother wound, and they want the mothering that they never got, my heart goes out to you. I'm sending so much love to you, and I know that there is a silver lining, and when I find it, I'm going to share it with you. from what I can tell so far, I think the silver lining is you heal yourself from that wound and you're able to love in this amazing way. Maybe even more amazing than people who haven't had a wound like that. Your love is that much deeper and richer and more profound. And hopefully your joy is too.